Hi guys, Philippe Bouchard here, and I am beginning my courses for in order to advocate, to become an advocate for people with disabilities, in our region. So here in northwestern New Brunswick, and yeah, and of course you can find my this YouTube channel here at Philippe Phil 99. So it's all of my my different different courses will be there online. So yeah, so I began my courses. I began my courses online right now, and these courses are for everyone that wants to become a advocate, a defender of our rights as citizens or as people with special needs, because and I am one of them, because I'm totally blind. So yes, so in order for us, to become to change some things in our society, we need to do it step by step. So my courses. My videos on YouTube will be called, simply called like this: Advocacy, step by step. So, which means, we're gonna have to defend, if you want to defend our rights as people with disabilities, as disabled people, then we have to do it step by step, not rush things too much, not without any stress or without any anxiety and all, because this is where it's gonna be really hard. So yeah, so and when I'm talking about accessibility, to have better access to information for blind people or for disabled people in general, I mean, it's by simply saying that we need better access to, for example, to Braille in restaurants, like menus, or and I'll give you an example in just a moment of that. So or some better access to ramps. Like maybe there are ramps, but maybe there's still not maybe enough ramps for people that are in wheelchairs, for example, or we don't have, for now we don't have, once again, better resources for autism or for for as many people with special needs, all of us people with special needs, some of us don't have enough resources right now in our region, so we need to create more resources for people with autism, or people with no matter what disabilities that we got, and it could be mental, it could be physical, but as long as we don't judge the person before thinking, as long as we don't talk before we think. Because this is where it's gonna get ugly. Because, like for example, you're judging somebody who's in a wheelchair. I mean, like, oh my God, what is it? What is that person gonna do? He's in a wheelchair. He's helpless. He's really, really helpless. For me, there's nothing he's gonna do in his life, which is totally false, because every single person can do anything. It's just by wanting to do anything. So let's not judge before seeing that person for who he really is, It could be a he or her as well. It could be a boy or a girl, So, yeah, so like, it's being more respectful and, to that person, and more thankful before we talk. Let's think before talking, before judging. And if we think before judging, and if we let ourselves, just imagine what kind of, if you're just take 1 minute to just imagine yourself being in the shoes of that person, then you're gonna say, ooh, okay, yeah, that person, he's not totally disabled. On the contrary, he can do a lot of things, and he's just in a wheelchair. So of course he's gonna need a lot of help, but for autonomy and all, it's gonna be, he's gonna be able to do something about that. So yeah, so it's just an example of reflecting and just imagining, like, okay, I can help that person, that person he's able to learn, he's just in a wheelchair, that's it. So so it's like autism, or it's like, it's like TDAH, or it's so many examples, or totally blind in my case. So and as for Braille, for example, I went to a restaurant, I think it was 10 or 15 years ago, maybe, in Fredericton, here in New Brunswick, and I discovered, simply, by not knowing that it was in that restaurant, a Pizza Delight restaurant, and they had some menus made in Braille, and like, what? They made menus in Braille? Oh my God, this is so exciting, But so it's just an example maybe of how companies should, restaurants or around here in northwestern New Brunswick, like in Baker Lake or in Clare or Saint-François or Edmundston, or there are so many places like the Pizza Greco, or the Decadam, bar, resto bar, the bar that we have here in Edmundston, for example, and and what I do mean about that is that you can make some signs like made in Braille. The girls' bathroom, you can just do some signs in Braille, and for the girls' bathroom, and also for the boys' bathroom, to make something in Braille, so so that we can read in Braille whether we're in the right bathroom or not. So it's just and more importantly, the menus in restaurants. So we can all read the menus in Braille, and it's and if you do that, then it's all gonna make a difference, but of course without any pressure, without any stress. It could take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but let's do it, because if we don't, then it's gonna get nowhere. So we have to do it with a smile, It's no pressure, like I said, no stress, and but let's do it anyways, because maybe later you're gonna have clients future clients that are gonna be blind, and that will be in need of reading what's on the menu in Braille, and like what kind of food you got, or drinks, or what kind of drinks, what kind of food we must eat, or we want to eat in that restaurant. So like, yeah, so it's just some examples of having some accessibility for disabled people. And it's not because we're handicapped, no, and I do hate that word. It's just having special needs. It's just that. So it could be either mentally or physically. So let's not judge the appearance of a person. Let's just judge its ways of socializing and all. It's just that, and you can help that person with that. It's just by changing his attitude or her attitude towards things, and that are not easy for that person. It's just that, it's just helping, taking the time to help that person, and by not judging him for who he is as a person. Apparently it's judging him mentally, and with respect, with dignity and respect, and of course with no bad judgment, because and we have to change the society, and we have to do it step by step, like I said. So we have to do it step by step, and let's not rush things, and let's not be stressed out. And so future blind people maybe will be discovering your restaurant later on, and they're gonna say like, oh my god, the menus, they're in Braille. Woo! So exciting. My god, I'm totally surprised. I never would have thought that since I was born there were no menus in Braille, but now there is. There are some menus in Braille, made in Braille, which is totally exciting, because he can now read Braille with his fingers, or her fingers. So like, no, it's just realizing that we're all different, but you know what? We are all capable of doing the things that we want to do. It's just our want, if our confidence, this confidence that we gotta have in order to do it. We gotta have some confidence to do those things, and step by step. So we are able to do them, and if sometimes we can need some help, but if at least we can do the things by ourselves, then we're getting somewhere. So yeah, and with a smile, not with stress, anxiety, or with some anger or some frustrations. It's by smiling. giving each other a smile. And this is where we're going to get somewhere, you know? And yeah, and it could be also with some sign sign languages as well. It could be, for deaf people, or people that are deaf or even deaf blind as well. They're so rare, but they are. And even for us, in our region, maybe 1 or 2% of us are blind. So in our region, so it's not much, but it is as important and really, really important to do those things, and make some things available to us. And again, without any pressure. It could take 4 or 5 years. I don't care. It's just do it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. And of course, the finance is there, so it's not that easy. But if we can at least find a way to do it, then we'll be fine. So, all right. So on that note, that was my capsule. That was my little my virtual advice. So this advocacy step-by-step video, it's the name of the video. So it's gonna be I'm gonna be available for every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna make those speeches about our rights to defend ourselves as people with disabilities in every 2 weeks. So it's gonna be a every 2 week session on YouTube. So it's gonna be available on my Facebook page as well. So yeah, you can check that out. You can check that out also on YouTube on my page, Philippe 99 as well. And yeah, so and hope you will like it, guys, and without any pressure. And yeah, just a smile. And on that note, thank you, and see you soon.